Welcome to a Community Partners interview, where we explore the organizations, opportunities, and resources that look to make change in our daily life. I'm your host, Jocelyn Dore, and you're listening to Voices for Ability Radio, all abilities, all the time. Today, I'm joined by Mustafa Sajid, one of the staff members for Milton Autism. Milton Autism was founded by local parents, educators, and advocates, and is a grassroots organization committed to building a more supportive and informed community for children and families living with autism and other neurodiverse needs. They work in collaboration with therapists, educators, healthcare providers, and community leaders to expand access to resources and opportunities. Thank you for joining us today, Mustafa.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a bit more about you and what inspired you to work at Milton Autism and to work with individuals with disabilities.
Um, Myself and my personal story, I have a son who was diagnosed on the spectrum at the age of 3. That was about 4 years ago. We locally, as Dad's group, we used to raise a lot of funds for a lot of local initiatives and charities, especially local. We were hyper focused on Milton because that's where we're from. So we raised a lot of funds every year, and for great organizations and causes. One year, one of my committee members said, we should raise funds for autism because he knew it was close to my heart. So one thing led to another. Where do we give the funds to? We like to always keep funds in our community because it was raised in our community, and we want to see things happen in our community. So I decided to start Milton Autism. And now it's a non-for-profit registered charity. With Milton Autism, so now what we have done since since we've started, our goal is to provide experiences for families that have individuals on the spectrum or neurodiverse families that like typical experiences, especially that families don't get to experience. So we also have provided like our create and fund was the other one programs in our community. So some examples are one of our first ones was a one-on-one gymnastics program available in Milton. So we sourced that out. We found her. She was amazing. She does one-on-one. So we sponsored 10 children to start from the funds raised. We've done also music programs in that same sense. And since then, we have also created many movie experiences. We just recently did one for 200 people from Milton and surrounding areas. We got a great response back. We also, for Autism Awareness Day in April 2nd, that week, partnership with St. Louis Bar and Grill, who are actually a great supporter of autism and autism charity. We had inclusive brunches for families Saturdays and Sundays to who never get to go out to a restaurant to enjoy a meal. All these programs that we do are free, so we offer these, one of the best things I saw about that family get together were two families. We sat side by side for this meal. The kids knew each other; they were in the same class. By the end of the day, those families were like best friends. And those are the kind of things we're looking
really
to do
good,
is to
yeah.
bring our community together and raise awareness and create more inclusivity out there.
Nice. So when doing my research, I saw that you have lots of different programs at Milton Autism. I know you've started to tell me about some of them, but tell me about some more of them because it seems like you have a lot.
To be honest, we wish we had a lot more. We have created, the gymnastics ones and music ones so far. We are looking to work with creating dance programs. Where our initiative is to fund like as many opportunities for these children. So like martial arts, yoga, caregiver programs. The one we are really working on right now is to create a caregiver yoga class where we can, have an instructor have a yoga class for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then we can sit in a circle and share our experiences and talk.
That's good for all the caregivers and they can support each other.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the sensory kits that you have to offer at the Milton Sports Center and how parents can access these?
I'm not gonna take full, credit for that. These are actually available at the Milton Sports Center from the community and Milton, the town of Milton. We just actually, are providing the information out there that these are available for your children, um, and anything out there that is out, like, that is available. A lot of the times, we're finding that parents are so lost for information that they don't know where to go, where to start. Just recently, we're doing something we'll talk about, our next biggest initiative. And somebody in Milton reached out to me and said to me, "I didn't even know you existed." And then, like, the same program, me being here, saying, "I had no idea you were right just down the street from me." So really connecting everybody, is the biggest challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a challenge, but networking is very important.
Yes, and we're hoping through these events and more um, awareness is raised, and this it just becomes like a everyday part of society where people are so used to and learning about all these individuals.
What is the sensory friendly swim all about?
The sensory friendly swim. So I like I said, what we have is a portal to the town of Milton available. I think for that, there are these are the programs that are available for the town of Milton. So a sensory friendly swim is pretty much like a period blocked off for families that would like to come, and then they could drop in, friendly swim atmosphere. So not too many people, more quieter, um, and available for parents and families.
That's good. That would be really nice, actually. I always find it super loud when I go to a public pool.
Yes, and having these programs, obviously, like, there's more and more, and learning about them. Like, I just learned about, like, somewhere close to me where there was a one-on-one program. It is located in Brampton, but people are reaching out to us where they have a great one-on-one program where we are actually looking into, actually, same thing, sponsoring 10 children to go out a little bit further of a drive for our families. But once we find amazing programs, somewhere close by, we will work with them and fund them, right? So we are hoping, obviously, like, these families are paying thousands and thousands of dollars out of their pocket for therapies, and often, like, these therapies, I mean, whatever funding that they do get, do not include anything fun, right? So they're supposed to use these for therapies and other, approved programs. So we're like, okay, well, how can we make things a little more affordable for them, and provide not just the resource, but pay for them.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. I also saw that you have something called inclusion care for assistant needs and the provide your own support worker. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, these programs, like I said, are offered in our town of Milton, and whenever we have these programs, and if there is, like, they have a program for assistant needs, that if the person is, with such programs that require that, and if that individual does not have that, they would be able to provide an individual, to assist them, to help them throughout that, through that program. Obviously, we know, like, some of them will need more help than others, so it's individually based in that case.
Yes, definitely. Everybody's needs are different.
Yes, and recently we were just finished our second annual golf tournament. That's the golf tournament that we did last year from our first one that raised all the funds that helped us, with our operations this year. We're a nonprofit. We're also all volunteer based. So every dollar, we're proud of that. That majority of, like, besides admin costs and such minor admin costs, um, the money stays in our community, and we don't take any of it.
Are there any restrictions to the services provided, such as age or caregivers or family members only, or things of that nature?
I mean, we do not ever want to, discriminate on the age part. We understand that there's less and less programs out there for young adults, and we luckily have a couple of great young and our partners or like communities and groups in town that do cater to young adults. So we try to work together with them, or and create programs for them as well. So no, there's no limit. Our goal is to obviously include everybody and as many people as we can, help as many people as we can, and provide and create and provide as many programs out there. Our goal is to have like what every child or individual has available, whatever a neurotypical person that has available in the community, and resource like our community needs to have those available as well to them.
Without using any names, can you share a success story with me? What supports were put into place when someone asked for help?
Um, we we um, we are like in the infancy, like of our little project here. We have done a lot of obviously um, like the smaller events, like more fun events instead of more therapeutic and such. I'm finding in those events that a lot of families came up to me, and I remember just in the movie theater, um, we had like hundreds of kids in there, and we had quiet areas for them as well. So we were expecting them to come out. Many of the families have never been to the movies, thinking that they might be only in there for 5 minutes. Obviously these were adapted movies where the sound was lowered, the lights were raised. Children were free to walk around the theater if they needed to, or get up and walk. But majority of them, I think one parent came out an hour after, and he was shocked at how long his daughter has been in there. They got to watch a whole movie and experience something just so simple that we all get to do, and they were so thankful for that. I saw a dad come up to me, and he like was crying, and he was like, "I really appreciate this. How do I get more involved?" And that's really is it. Like, how do we get more involved, right? How do we, um, because we're volunteer based, it is harder to find more people to help. Um, I also find, obviously, unless you have an individual in your family that's on the spectrum, or you know, 'cause it is so much time that you give. You're gonna give your own personal time. You're gonna give time from your business. You're gonna give time from your family, for these causes. So, um, a lot of people find it like unless they have like a member in there, they're gonna eventually go, well, this is a little bit too hard on my mental health or whatever is taking it up. So, it's hard to find people and that want to really help and give back.
I think that's the way it is with
It
any kind
is,
of
and
charity, just to
I
get
think
people to
like what I
commit.
really, if it's okay with you guys, like we're working on something that I think it's just like amazing. Um, so about last year, I had a thought about how do we bring everybody together, right? Our people. Our goal is to bring as many families together, obviously, learn from each other, share our experiences, talk about what's needed in our community. So I decided to see that, I want to do a fair. So we are actually been working since last year on the first fair, an autism and neurodiversity fair. Um, the enormity of it all, like the golf tournament is our fundraiser and the fair, and not having enough resources, I was just worried about, are we going to be able to do this? So some people stepped up and took care of the golf tournament, allowing me to work on this fair for the last 8 months. We have a team of 25 hard volunteers dedicated working on this fair. Now the fair is going to be on August 16th. I am going to send you guys a digital copy of that if that's okay, and you guys can probably pop that up on that. It is free to everybody, the entrance. We're hoping everybody from all over Ontario travels to this fair. I have put it on social media, and I'll go into details about it. The goal of the fair is to bring all resources, therapies, and programs available out there, not just in Milton, but in our community, all over Ontario, different programs that will help, like that we didn't know existed. So my goal is that, like, when parents come to this fair, if they ever have any questions about therapies, right? Like if they have any other questions about what's available for their children, this is a place for them to ask. This is the place for them to learn. We're going to put all the resources in one spot. On top of that, now the kids are going to be, a little bored. So on top of that, we have free face painting. We have free balloon animals. We have free sand areas. We're going to have free sensory stacking games and all those kind of things. We have quiet areas. We have indoor areas. We're going to put on maybe a little bit of some water play for that. So all those activities, about 10 of them or 10 to 12 of them, are going to be free. Admission is going to be free. On top of that, we also have a stage. On that stage, we're going to have programming for 4 hours, including fun stuff like entertainment wise for the children. While we're taking mining about the volume level, we're gonna have every hour a bubble show. So every hour on the stage, the bubbles will blast off to start our shows, and then after that, we'll have hopefully performers like Bluey's and Peppa's, and we also have performers like that are on the spectrum that will be playing the national anthems and performing, and we have a 4 hour stage show prepared for them as well. So we're really excited about that. We're getting hundreds and hundreds of hits from all over Ontario. I have had people call me and said, "Can you do this in Peterborough?" And I'm like, "Listen, lady, I'm sorry, but it's going to take us about 8 months and a lot of time to put this together. But what is stopping you from putting your family in the car and driving an hour and a half to 2 hours to come see us because there's nothing available in your area? So come, please, travel, come see it. This day is built for you guys. We're hoping everybody, and we're hoping to spread awareness about this." And get it out to the people to make sure they know that this is available for their families this year.
That sounds amazing, and I'm sure it'll definitely be a
I appreciate
success.
that.
So what is the one thing you see happening over and over again to individuals with disabilities that shouldn't be? And how do you think it could be stopped?
I mean, I'm a sensitive, young parent with a child. Like, I'm give you an example. Obviously, is the I guess the misunderstanding of what it is, what and the education that is needed. I think this is more important. I find that a child educated from a young age will understand this a lot better than obviously all these grown-ups that we're coming across that never came across it. Give you an example. My son used to go to just a normal class in kindergarten. In the beginning, all the kids were like, "Oh my god, he's so annoying," or "He's like gonna knock over our toys and don't bother us," and whatever. Didn't understand him. By the end of the year, the whole class protected him. The old class knew if he comes around and he's going to drop your blocks, no worries. That's just Idris. He's great. He's loving. He's caring, and that's just who he is, right? So, at the end of the year, all those children knew so much about autism that more than like normal people out there, And I think like if we introduce that from the beginning and not, separate these children from into their own little, classes and label them, I think that's a very important thing for the future of these children. And understanding that, like, we were at the park and three other kids, I left him alone. In the beginning, made fun of him in the beginning. Um, and then they saw that he wants to play. And first they threw water at him and whatever. And I was like, hmm. And then, like, but I saw that after a few minutes, they wanted him to, like, he threw water back and then they want to play. Right. So they ended up, like, after 5 minutes playing together and learning about him and
That's
playing with him
good.
without me even intervening. Like, so the children are more accepting, the children and education out there for them, I think is as important as like, hey, we're going out there and having these sex ed classes or whatever, personal education classes in school and stuff. I think more of that can easily be incorporated into the school curriculum.
Definitely. So other than the fair, are there any other events coming up for Milton Autism in the near future?
Oh my God. If I had to sum it up, my wife said to me, nothing next year, Mustafa, because like it is, it is it just takes a lot. It takes an army. Um, she sees it on my face every day. She sees how much I care. Um, I swear to God, like after the fair, I might be like gone for a couple of months, like to Cuba or something. But we will, we will continue our mission. We know how important it is. After the fair, we're hoping, obviously, our goal is now to get into actually fully into creating. Like, so I think from the fair, we're going to end up creating a lot of resources and learning a lot about all the resources out there, and then working with them to create more programs. Like, I have individuals who are like, let's say, offering to do a workshop for parents, right? Who are expertise in this and that they do this for as a living to help parents out. So we need to like create more of those and bring them in. And I think the execution of our goal is to create these is going to be our next goal. Um, After that, we are always looking to periodically, like quarterly, do adaptive and inclusive movie screenings, um, and so many other programs that we can create. And I think like if there's anybody out there listening to this that has a program that I think is perfect for this, we have some funds. I think we have the individuals and some funds. We're looking for these possibilities and these opportunities to create more programs. I think that's going to be our goal after this fair.
Sounds like an important goal. If someone wanted to become a member or a volunteer with Milton Autism, what is the process for joining as a member and as a volunteer?
As a member, if you have an individual and you want, to know about what more events are coming up, please look on or check on our website at miltonautism.ca. Um, we are probably the most progress you're going to see from us, and more updates are going to be on our social media, on our Facebook and our Instagram pages, where we're always posting updates constantly. And so send us a message out to through our social media or our websites, or become a subscriber to stay in tune, up to date with what's coming up with Milton Autism. As to be more part of, to get involved with the charity, we can always leave our contact information. Please reach out to us. We're always looking for volunteers. We're always looking for parents out there that want to get more involved. We're always looking for corporations and funding that want to help out. We're always looking for programs, creating programs. So if you're a dance school, if you're a martial arts school, if you have a sports program, if you have anything that you're thinking about, or you have a space available that we think we can create a program, we're willing to do the work. As long as we have the opportunity to work together. Always reach out. Volunteers are always in need. I think we are going to need at least 50 to 100 volunteers for the day of the fair. We are actually working closely with about 20 or 30 volunteers so far. So we're going to need a lot of volunteers for this fair. Every activity station is going to have like 2 or 3 volunteers, and we're going to need to do short shifts for that. So if you're looking to get involved for the fair, please reach out to miltonautism@gmail.com. You can find us in, well, obviously we will probably provide our contact information from this podcast as well. And, we can get a hold of you guys to say, hey, how do I get a hold of Milton Autism? You guys are doing a great job with that. So we appreciate this opportunity today.
If listeners are looking for more information, how can they reach out to you?
Businesses, same thing. Please reach out to us through our LinkedIn page, through our social media, through our website. We are registered, so you can easily find us on on any the CRA's websites. Please, we're looking for actually corporate sponsorships for this fair. If you think your organization or your business is aligned with our mission, please reach out to us. Funds raised, like I said, are all going to go to a great cause, and it's going to stay local in this area in Ontario. And you can obviously see firsthand where your dollar is going. I think that's what somebody loved about us, is that Mustafa said, when I give you $500, I can see where that $500 goes. Please feel free to reach out.
Great. Well, that's all the questions I have. Thanks for joining us today, and it was really great to learn about Milton
I really
autism.
appreciate this opportunity. I hope that all you guys, even from you guys in the podcast and all your surrounding friends and your resources, please share the fair information. I think it'll be a magical day, and I hope to see you all there.
Sounds like a really fun time. I live in London, so it might be
That's
further for
okay.
you to
I've
get there,
had a
but
message from
I'm
London
sure.
too. See, I'm getting messages from all over. I'm getting messages from Guelph area and Waterloo area saying, "Hey, are we going to have programs from our area?" I will try to obviously get the same similar programs from all areas, but I think that's going to be a little bit difficult with the amount of vendors that we have available. But it doesn't stop, like somebody from, let's say, even London coming out, learning a little bit about a therapy that they've always had questions about, and then going out and saying, okay, you know what, this is something I want to get my child involved with. They will then go into their area and look for the similar kind of therapy, or if they need to even travel a little bit to help their children. I know our parents in our community go through like travel and go as far as we can, and they will, to help our children. So please reach out.
Thank you. This has been a Community Partners interview on Voices for Ability Radio. All abilities, all the time.